Us being us establishes in the present that which is the heart of God. Therefore, we don't have to think about, well, I got to do this tomorrow, next day, next day, next day, next day, in a pressured sort of way. If I'm outworking what who I am today, then that's the preparation for me to outwork who I am tomorrow. I don't have to prepare tomorrow today. And I think that's what it says. There's fresh mercies every morning. You know, today don't, you know, I think it was the whole thing of don't worry, you know, don't be anxious, seek first the kingdom. It's like to let today take care of itself. Tomorrow, it'll take care of itself. So don't try and fix tomorrow yet. You know, and a lot of people do. They keep striving for, you know, the future and they don't enjoy the present. So the future is just what we will be doing tomorrow by being. I don't have to think about me being tomorrow because I'm not there yet. You know, I can be me today. And I'm not going to be concerned about what I did yesterday either, because that is the preparation and the platform for today that I'm now living. So live in the moment. And I think being mindful is really, really important to rest and enjoying life. Living in that moment. You know, I was talking to someone the other day and I was really saddened because they were talking about, you know, and they do amazing things. I mean, people would be so unaware of what was occurring or what this person was sharing with me, but they weren't enjoying life. They were doing amazing things and they were being blessed by God in amazing ways, but they weren't enjoying it because what they'd seen in the future wasn't yet happening. And it wasn't because God had shown them the future or a vision of his heart, let's say, and because it wasn't happening, they were sad. And we were trying to sort of say, but today is today. If you enjoy living for today and enjoying today, then that will be a way of bringing about what God showed you would be the future by enjoying today. By being sad about the fact that it's not there yet doesn't enable you to actually bring about that future, because you're sad that it's not there yet and you're focusing more on the fact that what you've seen isn't manifested yet rather than the reality of what is. And everything is a transition from one thing to another, not event. So us enjoying today and being who we were made to be today is a way of being a stepping stone to tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. But if I'm sad that the next day isn't here yet, or isn't as I'm expecting it, or today isn't as I think it should be because I've seen it differently, then you won't enjoy life. And I think God wants us to rest, enjoy, have fun. And therefore, when we look around the world and see things that are not as we know it should be, in terms of wars, and now we've got, you know, Ukraine, and now we've got Sudan, and now they're airlifting people out of Sudan, and everyone's worried about getting them out of Sudan and other places, you know, Yemen and other places where there's conflict. You can be so sad that the world is not the place we know God desires it to be, that you actually miss out on being part of the solution to that by being you today. And if your whole life is taken up trying to change what everything is like, you won't enjoy it at all. Because us being us and enjoying where we are, even though we know it's not perfect, and we know it's not yet fully restored, and we know it's not as God intended in the beginning, but if we keep focusing on what it isn't, it will make us sad. Let's focus on being part of the journey or the transition to the restoration of all things and enjoy the refreshing. and the joy of the breathing in the life of God and enjoying breathing out the life of God, and be part of that which brings about the transition into what it will be, rather than just being heavy to the fact it isn't there yet.